What's the Jesus Christ. Hello nerds, welcome back to another video. Gabriella here. Today is a good day and it's going to get even better because yes, we have another book haul today. Am I on a book buying ban? I should be. And I think I will be starting from now. I promise. No more new books. Okay, okay. I believe in myself. I know I can do it.
What? Child. Anyway, so
I was able to be on a book buying ban from mid to late March until mid-June. So I did really good. I'm proud of myself. And then I went batshit insane. So kind of offsets the book buying ban. But anyways, let us just get into the books that I bought in the last, oh boy.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
In the last 2 weeks. Anyways, we will talk about it. Let's just roll that intro. Okay, oh, and before, don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell icon so you can be notified of every new video, so you can join the nerd gang, join our family here of nerds, and so you can have some more book hauls, TBRs, wrap-ups, and other bookish related videos. So now let's just get into it. Okay, so I have bought books, too many probably, from 3 different stores over the last few weeks. I had a BookOutlet purchase, I had a Chapters purchase, and I also have an independent bookstore close to where I hang out over in Pointe Claire in Montreal that I bought books from. So we will be going bookstore by bookstore basically into the different books that I bought. I bought about, oh yikes, about 4 each. Anyways, so let's just get into this book haul because I feel like it's going to be a long one. I think this might be one of my biggest book hauls ever, if not my biggest book haul ever, which is, that's a whole nother thing we won't go into, okay? It's just, okay, that's a mess. So let us start with the BookOutlet books. So first, on a BookOutlet run, I was really just giving a look-see, just being like, hey, what's out there? I had also, one of you guys very nicely used my BookOutlet referral code down in the comments, which is always there in the description. And you get $10 off your first purchase at BookOutlet, and I get $10 off for referring a friend. So we love to see it. And so I got a $10 off from BookOutlet, and they were having a buy 2 get 1 free. Oh, it was calling my soul. Was it buy 2 get 1 free or buy 1 get 1 free? I don't remember, but there was some sort of get a book free. So I was like, why the hell not? Let's go. So it ended up not costing me a lot, which, thank God, my poor wallet. Anyways, so the first book that I got was On the Road by Jack Kerouac, a classic which I did not own. And this is a Penguins Classic Orange collection. So it's really nice. It is dirty, so I'll have to clean that. But it looks so cool. Penguin Classics have this whole collection of, like, instead of black, it's orange, and they have drawings on it that relate to the book. And yeah, it just looks dope, and deckled edges, which I do love. I feel like that's a hotly debated one. Some people, you either love it or hate it. I love it. I feel like, especially on an edition for a classic like this, it just adds to it. If you don't know, Jack Kerouac's On the Road is the story of a boy or a man or someone, a human, who goes on the road. And that is all I know about it. But I know Kristen Stewart is in the movie, which I haven't seen because I always said I would read the book before the movie because it's classic. So that is all I know. That is the extent of my knowledge. But apparently it's very good. And yeah, I'm excited to read that on a road trip or something. The next book I bought is my first ever Brandy Sandy, and it is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, or as BookTube, Book Talk, Bookstagram community loves to call him, Brandy Sandy. And it is one of his sci-fi books, I believe, because I mean Skyward with like ships and stuff. I'm assuming I think he's mostly known for his fantasy series. He has something Apprentice and he has Fool's Errand. And I think he has two big series. And so I wasn't emotionally stable enough to start his high fantasy series because they are chonkers, and there are many of them. But Skyward seems a lot more achievable. And so I was excited to see on BookOutlet so I could have my first ever Brandy Sandy on my shelf. And next, still from BookOutlet, is Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. This one is a YA/teen romance. And I'm assuming there is a bromance. I'm assuming there is a book club. That is all I know. I also love when the characters love to read and talk about it in books. So I'm assuming from the picture where there's like a book in the back pocket and from the book club name, I'm assuming one or more of the characters loves books and will talk about it. So yeah, it also seemed like a very achievable read, and it is a series, and I've seen so many other booktubers read it and review it positively that I was like, why the hell not? And last, in my BookOutlet purchase, I purchased actually Jenny Lee's Anna K, A Love Story. And this one is actually a modern retelling of Anna Karenina, but it is a Korean also retelling. The author and the main character are Korean. So I'm really excited. I don't know much about Anna Karenina in general. I have not read the classic. But I'm excited to read this one because, I mean, obviously, if you've ever seen a copy of Anna Karenina, you will know that this is a way smaller version. And it is like 350 pages. So a lot more achievable. And also, we love AAPI representation. We love diversity. We love melanin. So it just seemed like a great purchase for me to have. It is also part of a series. I believe there are 2 out so far. I don't know if there's plans to go more, but you know, and I'm happy that I got the hardcover because I don't know, this one just seems right in a hardcover. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, and yeah, it's supposed to be a romance. I think it's set in New York City with a Korean main character. I just think it has all the right ingredients to make a great story. So next, I will go with my pile from Chapters Indigo. You know how much I love Chapters Indigo, okay? I'm always talking about them, okay? They're the be-all, end-all here in Canada. If you're not Canadian, Chapters Indigo is basically the Barnes & Noble or the Waterstones of Canada. So, you know, it's up there. You know, it's God's here. But the first book I got, I actually didn't buy myself. It was a gift from my mother. I went over for a little Chapters run with her the other day, and she graciously bought me a book, and that is Once Upon an Aid. And it is a story of 15 different Muslim short stories. It is, I believe, a middle grade collection. But it reads, I guess, like a middle grade, but I don't know. It seems very all ages type of story. At least for the first one. I read the first short story. I haven't read the rest. But yeah, it is a bunch of different stories from Muslim authors and Arab authors, and just their story with aid. They have 2 different aids a year, and it's just different aids and different family and all that. So I thought it was a great read. I also feel like I'm sorely lacking Arab, Middle Eastern, and Muslim representation here on my shelf. So this was a perfect mix of it all. And also, I feel like I'm missing a lot of middle grade representation and short story representation. So this book is really just here to fill the void on my bookshelf. And so far, it's pretty fun. And I'm excited to just pick it up. I don't plan to read this in one sitting, but more like once in a while, pick it up, read one of the stories. I think it would be interesting to like sort of read it through the year. Next, I got this book. If there's a book I have to say that everybody has read, especially on Book Talk, holy moly, everybody and their mother read this book and raves about it. It's like, Jesus, like, are there any other books? I guess no, not in Book Talk's opinion, but that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and that is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is a seasoned sort of book world favorite. I feel like with 7 Husbands, she really like got a hold of our community, and with what was it, Daisy Jones and the Six and Malibu Rising, which just came out, I feel like she's just securing her hold as sort of like queen of Book Talk. But yeah, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is the story of a famous star who has a very crazy personal life that is well documented in the media, and it basically goes through her life throughout the novel. I believe she's writing sort of a memoir or a tell-all, and somebody else is like writing it for her, and you're seeing it, I think, through the perspective of the other. I'm not really sure, but anyways, I've heard only 1,000,001 things about this book, so I had to drop the coin and get it. But it also sounds right up my alley and really interesting, and apparently it's beautifully written, so I'm really excited for that. So next, we have a highly anticipated release that I pre-ordered a little while ago, and it is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Shan. What a beautiful, beautiful, stunning book cover that actually matches my outfit. That was not planned, but I'm happy it happened. But it is, the blurb summarizes it as the Song of Achilles meets Mulan, because I believe it is based on a true story, like historical moment. I believe it is maybe the rise of the Ming Dynasty. Don't hold me on that. I'm not really sure. But I haven't read the synopsis in a little while. But yeah, it just sounded amazing to me. And again, we love some Asian representation over here, so that is also great. And I mean, the book cover doesn't hurt, really. But I've seen a lot of people who have read the advanced reader's copy, the ARC for this, and have only raved about it. And it has good reviews so far. So I was so excited when, it's so exciting when a book that you really want to read that hasn't come out yet gets good reviews. Like, it's just, yes. So yeah, this will be a nice, sort of Asian, I don't know if there's a bit of fantasy in there because Mulan does, but if there is or there isn't, I think this is going to be a great book. Okay, next. Next was a must buy for me because I feel like everybody's been reading it. There are two types of people. People who have read this book and people who haven't. And I want to be part of the group of people who have. This is, what a chunker. It is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Look at the size of this. Like, what? Like, what? And it's not even that long. I mean, it's long. It's a long book. But it's not even, why is it so large? What? It's 800 pages. Why? I want to show you a book that is more pages than this and show you the difference in size. Okay, so in one hand, I have Priory of the Orange Tree, this chunker. And on the other hand, I have Lord of the Rings, the entire, 3 books that is, in one. Look at the difference in size. And guess what? Lord of the Rings is almost 1,200 pages. And this is a little over 800 pages. What the hell? Anyways, I feel like that is one of the reasons why people don't want to read it. It's a big book. I get it. 800 pages is big on anybody's scale. I mean, there's not that many books that are that big. Most books are less than 500 pages. But I feel like the physical size of it makes it scarier than it is. But look at the flop on this. What? That is outstanding. Wow. It's magical. You don't even need to crack the spine. And on such a big book, I don't want to crack the spine because, I used to be opposed to cracking spines, just personally. Not people shouldn't crack spines, but, and I mean book spines. I hope people don't think I'm talking human or animal spines, but, you do you, but, cracking book spines. But you have to admit, whether you're a spine breaker, spine cracker, or not, on a beautiful, big spine like this, you don't want full of marks. I don't know. Personally, I don't, I guess. But yeah, Priory of the Orange Tree, high fantasy, but apparently very, accessible high fantasy with some sapphic romance in it. So, female author, female protagonist, you know how it be. I've wanted to pick this up for a while now, and I was just let's just bite the bullet, just do it. And I'm gonna take probably 15 years to read this, but it'll be worth it. So finally, last pile is going to be my independent bookstore buy. It is this bookstore called Clio, CLIO, over in Pointe Claire. They just moved, and I happened to pass by it randomly, and I went inside and bought too many books. And I also wanted to give a shout out to the 2 people working there, to I guess cashiers or whatever, employees of Clio for their outstanding customer service. And I know they went and followed me on my social media when I told them about GabysPages, so big shout out to them. And also, I loved bonding with people like me who just love buying books. Just there's something about it. But anyways, so the first book I bought is Fangs by Sarah Anderson. It is a graphic novel about a female vampire. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, and also a beautiful cover, and it is cloth bound. I still have the paper here, and it is a cloth bound, so we love it. It just looks classic on a bookshelf, I find. Just all around outstanding. Next, I bought a book that's been on my TBR for a while, Such a Fun Age by Reid. This one is a story of this woman who's a babysitter. She's Black and she's babysitting for a white family, so the baby is white. And she goes into a grocery store or a store of some sort with the baby while she's babysitting or nannying. And a person at the store assumes that she kidnapped the baby. And basically, it is sort of a story of, like, sort of a dichotomy, a story of between the Black babysitter and the white mother, sort of their connection to each other, but also different racist happenstance that has happened to the main character throughout her babysitting days, I guess. But yeah, it has won many prizes. It's on the Reese's Book Club, which usually means really good things. And yeah, I'm just really excited. And I was really excited that they had the paperback version. But yeah, I felt like this was a must read. Next was a book I put off buying for a while because it is expensive, for what it is at least. It is Heartstopper Volume 2. It's always hard for me because I love graphic novels, but they're always once it reads for me. And so I'm like, if I could spend $20 on a book that's going to last me a few days, or $20 on a graphic novel that's going to last me like 2 hours, the book is always going to win. The novel is always going to win. But I just love Volume 1 so much, I just had to pick it up. It just felt necessary. And when I went to the independent bookstore, they only had Volume 2. And I was like, this feels like a sign. I don't know. I felt like the energy, the vibe was just in my favor. But anyways, Heartstopper is the story of Nick and Charlie, their love story as teenage boys. And oh gosh, if you need to warm your cold dead heart, that is the one for you. Okay? Because Volume 1, woo! I mean, my heart isn't dead or cold, but it was warmer after Heartstopper. That's for sure. Next, this is my before last book, guys, I promise. Next, I purchased The Maidens by Alex Michaelides? Michaelite? I'm gonna say Michaelides. I've never heard it pronounced before, but it is a dark academia thriller. There is a mystery, murder, academia, darkness. I'm just really excited and only heard amazing things about this. He's also the author of The Silent Patient, and I know people love this one. It's also very popular. So, you know, this is his follow-up, and yeah, I'm just really excited. I've wanted to dive into some dark academia for a while now. I haven't really ventured much into dark academia, but yeah, I think this is the right one for it. Also, can we talk about the cover and how it screams dark academia? Like, when I say dark academia, that is what I mean. Like, that is the look. That is the aesthetic. That is the goal.
Camilla is who I want. That is where my loyalties lie. That is who my priority is.
Not the mother of your children.
Don't bring the boys into this.
All right. Not the woman you married!
I refuse to be blamed any longer for this grotesque misalliance!
And they just, whoever, you know, did the cover just hit the nail on the head. And the final book that I bought in this huge book haul is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I bought this also at the independent bookstore because for two reasons. First of all, I wanted to read it. But second of all, I really love this edition and I had never seen it before. And it just looks outstanding to me. So, I mean, why the hell not? And also, after buying Anna K, I was like, maybe I should buy Anna Karenina because, you know, if Anna K is a retelling, I kind of want to read the original work that inspired it. Also, just a little test for you guys. Which book do you think is bigger? Anna Karenina or Priory of the Orange Tree? I don't mean physically, I mean pages. If you said Priory of the Orange Tree, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. It is Anna Karenina. It is actually over 100 pages bigger than Priory of the Orange Tree. So yeah, if ever you were scared of reading Priory of the Orange Tree because of how it looks, do not be fooled, okay? It is just the way it was printed and the size of the paper and the thickness of it. So please don't be scared to pick it up. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And if you watch all the way to the end, thank you very much. And please, the emoji of the day will be money emoji. Any money for how much money I spent in this book haul. Okay, maybe I have a spending problem. Maybe not. Who knows? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click that little bell icon. As always, all my social medias will be linked down below, but it is always at GabysPages everywhere. My BookOutlet referral code will be down below, as well as my Amazon wishlist, my TubeBuddy referral code, and my Ko-fi for donations. And all the book that I talked about today will have Amazon affiliate links down below. So if you buy any of these books with the links I have down below, I get a little part of the money at no extra price to you. We love to see it. So thank you so much. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.